10 major retirement costs overlooked by most Americans. This from newretirement.com. And I think they have like a program or some kind of tool on here, our planner. Yeah, I think a couple of y'all has sent me information on this. And I haven't, maybe I did, I can't remember. It's been a while if I dived into it. I just can't remember. But anyway, this is a pretty interesting article. I take issue with it to some degree, and I'm not bashing these people. I find it informative, actually. And any kind of thing that's overlooked costs, I'm like, let's see. And this is Kathleen Coxwell. Let's see, team. Let's see if she's on here. Hold on a sec. It's definitely a software program, software engineer, financial coach. I don't see Kathleen in here, though. That's kind of weird. I might just missed her. Oh, right there. There's, well, okay. It says Kathleen Coxwell? No, I'm sure that's the same lady. I guess, I don't know. Anyway, say they're okay. They have a meet the team, and they said this could be you. Well, that's cool. Let's see what open roles they got. See open positions. So we'll dive into it. I mean, if you're looking for, I get lots of people, my friends, who are like interested in being in the area. Right here, seeking skilled personal finance content writer, man. Right on. It's located in San Francisco. I'm sure you don't have to be there. Why not go for that? Perfect. I got no qualm with that. All right, so let's go back. Let's see how much they charge for their software. All right there, man. Basic, free, $120 a year. Awesome. I mean, I can't speak if the software is great or not. I can't recall. Seems like I looked at it. Seems like I liked it, but I can't recall. So pardon my ignorance there. But we're going to talk about, why she call her Kathleen Coxwell, and I don't know if that's like Irish. My man Keith out there from Ireland. Is that an Irish name? How she pronounced it before? Key retirement costs are being overlooked by many Americans. Maybe not you, though, especially if you're a new retirement planner subscriber. But keep reading to make sure. Is that old Kathleen right there? That doesn't look like a retiree. That's for doggone sure. But anyway, the most important retirement costs that are being overlooked are the fun stuff. I don't disagree with that, actually. You got to have something to do. The EBRI report, they have a link to the EBRI right there, Society of Actuaries. All right, cool, man. All right, right here. According to a survey by the EBRI, fewer than 50% of Americans have planned for emergency expenses or calculated how much is needed to cover health expenses. All right, well, hey, they're citing EBRI, so good on them. Big fan, long time, first time. I'll share with you some of the areas I disagree with shortly. The EBRI report suggests only half retirees say that their lifestyle is about what they planned it would be before they retired. And many report that overall spending and expenses, particularly travel expenses, are higher than expected after they retire. All right. What's worse, these costs can quickly add up and could cause major financial issues later in life if not accounted for. All right, let's keep going. Inflation. The one benefit of the currently high inflation rate, we're all learning or relearning that inflation can be a big deal. Yeah, and then I'm going to share with you why it's not actually that big of a deal. Regarding the Federal Reserve. Stop focusing your cannons on the Federal Reserve and focus your cannons on the Greens. It's the Green New Deal crap. We need nuclear. That's just all there is to it. If we don't have nuclear, we're doomed. I don't care what anybody says. Let's not feed the Rockefeller clan. Let's get off of big oil. I'm fine with that. Let's go nuclear and be done with it once and for all. But the China syndrome, Josh. Oh. Inflation makes things cost more, reducing the amount you can buy. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, man. My electricity bill is up $150 from last month, even though my kilowatt hours used is down 500 kilowatt hours for the last month too. So 500 increase, 500 decrease kilowatt hours consumed, $150 increase. That's a significant change in electricity costs, all because of Ukraine funding Ukraine and Europe with natural gas. Yeah, we are paying for Zelensky. It's freaking nuts, dudes. There's a problem. All right, let's keep going. Future maintenance costs, all right? Though you may have stopped punching a clock, time marches on. If you own a home or car, you have to maintain those assets. I don't disagree with that at all. I actually think you're going to have to get a new roof at some point. You're going to probably have to change out your car 100%. I was talking to a guy yesterday, as a matter of fact, who probably did one of the best inputted more info into the software, Right Capital, that I use probably than any other person, and he had 25,000 here, 10,000 there. If it is nuts, I said, damn, and he's still coming out in flying colors. It's crazy. It was actually interesting because he's like, I got to work until I'm 70. He's only 62, and I was like, why? He's like, well, and he even had long-term care expenditures, and the default for long-term care is 60,000 for the last 2 years of your life, 60,000 per year. So inflating at 5.5% over 20 to 30 years, that's literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. And even that, he still came out in flying colors. And I usually delete that because I think the way you do is you sell your house to go into a facility. But yeah, he's fine. Emergency or other unforeseen costs. Okay, that kind of goes into future maintenance, I would think, but okay. The only thing you can guarantee is unexpected will probably happen. I agree. Taxes. Now, I didn't like this at all. According to the Tax Foundation, using the available information, the average federal income tax paid was, so if you're in the bottom 50% or top 50%, you pay $20,000 in taxes. If you're in the bottom 50%, you pay $643. So here they're saying you must multiply the number by 20, and you'll see that taxes are a big part of retirement. All right, but the problem is most of us in retirement are going to be here. Because don't think about the income that you're spending. Think about what flows back to your 1040. All right? Flows back to your 1040 is a hell of a lot different than what you're doing in work. There's no W-2 income. You don't have FICA. You don't have state income tax, generally speaking. Federal, at least 15% of Social Security is tax-free. You'd be surprised. More of us are going to be down here than up here in retirement, at least in terms of your 1040. All right, so I didn't like this right here. If you're in the top 50%, 20,000 a year and multiply that by 20. No, I disagree. Healthcare, this right here drives you up the wall. Don't assume Medicare will cover all your expenses. According to Fidelity, you'll need $315,000 after tax to cover health expenses in retirement. Oh, that just drives you up the wall. No, other than in this case, no one ever says this is just Fidelity's trick to get you to save more and work longer. It's nuts, dudes. And to stress out more so you can rely on their financial advisors. No one sits there and says, what is a lump sum today I need to pay for my food over the next 30 years? No one does that because it's stupid. Except for healthcare. We say, well, you got premiums, Part A, Part B. Well, Part A is free. Part B, Part D, Medigap, out-of-pocket, co-insurance, dental, ear, all that stuff. You got to get some teeth work and all that. And so your cost, if we do a net present value discount rate of 6%, would be $315,000. You need $315,000 to cover all that for the next 30 years of retirement. All right, let's do that for food. Let's do that for property tax. Let's do that for everything else. No one does it. It's just stupid. I hate that thing. Long-term care. This actually drives me crazy as well. So not only do we have $315,000, which does not include long-term care, now we got to worry about Genworth's study. The costs for long-term care are exorbitant and not usually covered by Medicare. The rates vary by location. The national averages are such. All right, so the thing that drives me crazy is we're going to say found the average stay of a resident for assisted living facility is about 28 months. The average, okay, remember the average. All right, look at that. They go from the average. Why would they go from the average right there to the median? Well, you just do the median, man. So the average is 28. We want the median, which means 50% of people who actually go into assisted living facilities spend less than 2 years there. All right. Actually, it's going to be more than 50% spend less than 2 years in an assisted living facility. So the people actually go into an assisted living facility, not the people who need long-term care. The people who go into an assisted living facility. See, this is where all these numbers, they just kind of throw it at you. You're like, oh, the people who go into an assisted living facility, all right, the less than 50% are in there, or more than 50% are in there for less than 2 years. I hope that makes sense. The median is 22 months. So 50% of the people are in there for less than 22 months, which inherently means that less than 50% are in there for over 22 months, or over 2 years. So you got to figure out how many people actually go to an assisted living facility. Of those people, how long is the median stay? 22 months, which means 50% of the people are there less than 22 months. And then you get an average of 28 months. So the difference, because that's so much more significant than the median, The average is 6. The average here is going to be 6 divided by 22 is 27% above the median, which tells you there is an outlier of people who are in nursing home or assisted living facilities and nursing homes for a significant amount of time. And again, it's probably 10% of the population. You take away that outlier of the people who are in there for, say, over 5 years, what's the median's time spent in an assisted living facility? It's probably less than 12 months. And that's just for the people who go in. I hope that makes sense. Retiring sooner than you expect. Again, most people think they're going to retire at 65. The actual retirement date for most people is 62. So that's definitely true there. Longevity. How long you live is your biggest wild card at all. You may think budgeting your money until you're 100 is fine, until your 101st birthday rolls around. Life expectancy has soared from 70 years in 1971 to 80 years in 2020. And advances in medicine could keep those in their 40s and 50s alive today and well into their 80s and 90s. But the problem is life expectancy. How has your life expectancy changed from 65 100 years ago? If you lived to 65 100 years ago, your life expectancy, I think, was like 73. If you live to 65 today, your life expectancy is 78, something like that, whatever it is. That's just not that much change. If you're using life expectancy at birth, is completely different and is completely irrelevant because how many young infants were dying at birth, man. All right. Average life expectancy dropped between 2015 and 18, and the pandemic has made the current data somewhat unreliable. Well, again, average life expectancy, we're talking just to people essentially who are, I'm 52. What's my life expectancy? It doesn't matter when you're a baby. Right here's a big one. Sandwich generation cost. You got adults and kids to take care of, 100%. That's a pretty good article. They got comments on here? No comments. I'll leave that to your own discretion. Again, I kind of remember new retirement planner software, and I just have a feeling that was pretty good. I just can't recall. But if any of you guys are interested in it, I highly encourage you to look at it. I can't say it's great. I don't know, but something you might want to consider. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you